Hey guys, this is a message that I want to share with everyone out here, whether it be women, men, children. I'm going to give a few seconds for a few people to get on. This is serious. This is very, very serious. It's about 2:37 here in Raleigh, North Carolina, and this is Patricia. I hope most of you all are, or all of you all are enjoying your Sunday, but this is a message that I want to share, that we really, 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 really have to pay attention. Pay attention to your surroundings. So give me just a second, because I want to make sure nobody missed this message. Let me turn this car off. So I don't know who hopped on, but what I want to share, the news is not reporting. The news is not reporting about what's going on in all these different cities around the world, around the country. I know a lot of us are getting people to inbox us about things that's happening with sex trafficking and human trafficking, and it is very, very serious. So it hasn't even been 15 minutes ago, and let me let this vehicle pull off. I'm actually headed home, but I actually had to stop in a Dollar Tree just to pick up two simple items. And I'm in an area that is, a fairly popular area, considered a good neighborhood and everything. But I stop at this Dollar Tree that I'm very familiar with, and I went into the store. Thank you for hopping on. I went into the store, and initially when I went into the store, I was in there for about 15 minutes. And when I pulled in, I was very observant as to where I pulled in. There were no cars next to me at the time, or nobody was in the cars. There was two cars. And then by the time I needed to run back out I had left my card, so I had to run back out. But as I was getting ready to come out of the store, I noticed a guy in the parking lot, and then my car was pulled into the space. So you could see like my car with the license plate. But the person who pulled in, I noticed a guy, he backs into the space right next to where I'm parked. And it wouldn't even have given me much like elbow room for me to get on the driver's side. Now, what he didn't notice is that I'm noticing him back into the space as I'm walking towards the car. He was to the left of me, backed in. So here in North Carolina, you don't have to have a front plate, but being in Ohio, you have to have a back and a front plate. And I don't know if that's a safety measure, but you could see a person's license plate from the front as well. So he's just sitting there. Nobody got out the car. He's just sitting there. And then I looked to the right of where my car is parked. There was an older gentleman in a white truck, and he was facing outwards also, but he was waiting for someone. So as I'm walking towards the car, the guy, he rolls down the window, like he cracks the window. I don't think he thought for one moment. I knew as soon as I saw him back into the space, I proceeded to come around on the passenger side. I had no plans of getting in on the driver's side, because he didn't give much space for me to get in anyway. And I wasn't going to turn my back and allow him to do anything or say anything to me. So as I'm going around to the passenger side to let myself in on the passenger side and climb over the seat to get in the driver's seat, that's what I did. So the whole time as I'm opening up the passenger side, I could see him just kind of sitting back, like just kind of looking. And I get myself in. I still have my purse, because when I came out, I had my purse on my shoulder, but I had my purse across me. So I didn't want to have anything loose, where I'm trying to grab my purse, I'm trying to grab my bag that I had. So I get in on the passenger side. As soon as I get in, I click the clicker, lock the door, and I start the car up. And he's looking like, wow, she never even came over on my side. And I looked at him, and then he did a mouth gesture to say, sorry for you. Sorry for you. I saw you. This is what I'm telling people. You need to be mindful of your environment and seeing people before they think you see them. I saw him immediately when I walked outside. I don't know why he decided to back into the space. Nobody was in the car with him. He didn't get out the car. And like I said, when he backed into the space right where I was parked, there wasn't much room. So literally, if I was putting the key in the door, clicking the door to open it, he already had cracked his window. He would have been right there on my driver's side because he backed in. So we would have been right next to each other. But I clearly knew I was going to get in on the passenger side. So men, women, your children, be aware of your surroundings. Don't be so caught up in what you're doing. It's so many people out. And where I am, this Dollar Tree is really right next to the freeway. Right next to the freeway. So, something so simple of me just running in to get 2 items could have created a whole nother issue. So I just want to share this message. If you catch this on the replay, say replay, share it with someone. Last night, my kids and I, we went to a basketball game, and then afterwards we stopped to grab a bite to eat. And this young lady had mentioned to me that at a gas station, a local gas station here in Raleigh, some people may have heard of this, some people may not, but there was a young lady getting her gas, and her friend was in the car, and she was it was an attempted abduction, but her friend started screaming. The BP station worker came out with his gun, started shooting, shot at the van, and when the police came, there was 5 women in the van. There were 5 women in the van. She would have made number 6. So this is really, really serious. It's very, very serious for whatever reason. I don't know. It's very, very serious. So pay attention to your surrounding. If somebody backs into a space and I understand if they're looking, waiting for their loved ones to come out, I backed into a space, but if they back into a space and they didn't get out the car, like the guy who was parked next to me, he didn't get out the car for anything whatsoever. And he was looking the whole time like, I don't think he thought for 1 second, she's actually going to get in her car on the passenger side. I got in on the passenger side, locked my door, I put the key in the ignition, started the car up, and I climbed over the seat. And the whole time I'm looking at him, keeping my eye on him, and he says, sorry. Sorry for what? Sorry it didn't work out for you? Because it's going to work for me. So just pay attention and be aware. All right, thank you all for hopping on. I'm not going to keep you. I don't want to scare anybody, but I want you all to be a lot more alert and pay attention to your surroundings.